let's track user activity with spyware. We're going to install some spyware on Server 2012, and we're going to go look at it from Server 2016. The twist is we will not install it by physically logging onto Server 2012. We'll open an RDP session on Server 2016 to make a remote connection to Server 2012 and tell Server 2012 to install it that way. So what we're going to do is make sure they're both running. Make sure that remote desktop is running on Server 2012. We'll create a folder called C:\tools on Server 2016. Make sure everyone has full control. That's not secure, but it's just to make it easy. We will copy the SpyTech spy agent into the share. We'll open an RDP session to 2012. We'll log in as the administrator for the example domain. So it'll be example\administrator with a password of PA $$W0RD. Then from that, we're going to make sure that 2012 gets a copy from the 2016 share. We install it, and it has a password called SpyTech, which we may or may not be prompted to use. And we're going to put our own password on the stealth session, QWERTY@123. So let's try this. Let us go over, I've got Server 2016 running, and I have Server 2012 running. So I'm going to make sure that, let me log in as the administrator in Server 2012. I'm logging in as example\administrator, and the password is PA $$. Oh no, wait, it's P at SSW0RD. And so here I am in Server 2012, and let me just make sure I know the IP address. So I'm going to open a command prompt. I'm going to just click Start here, bring up a command prompt. Now I have to tell you, if any of your VMs run very poorly, double check to make sure that VMware Tools isn't hung up on them. So come over to the taskbar, right click the taskbar, go to the task manager, and just make sure that in the apps you don't have VMware Core Tools running. You might have like a bunch of them. It looks like we've got this one and this one. Right now the CPU is just at 9%. That's fine. But if it's like close to 100%, find the offender and kill it. And you might sometimes have Core Tools trying to install VMware Tools, and it's at 100% and it's stuck. So that's just a little hint there. Okay, so I'm opening a command prompt, CMD, or just, if I don't see it, I can just command. I saw it right there. It's not real fast. Let me right-click this guy and run as administrator. And ipconfig, and it is indeed 192.168.75.12. Yours might be different. Okay, now there's another thing. We need to make sure that Server 2012 allows remote desktop sessions. So what we can do is we can go to the control panel and see if we can get it off of tools here. Nope, okay. So, but what we can do is we can just click Start, and we can find the control panel, click that. And there are a number of ways to do this. We can change our view from category to large or small icons, I don't care which. Go to System, open that up, and go to Remote Settings. And in Remote Settings, make sure you allow remote connections to this computer. If it's at this, change it to this, and uncheck this only from computers running remote desktop with network level authentication. It's more secure, but in our case, we want it to be easier to run, so just click OK. So now this accepts RDP. With that in mind, we're now going to switch over to Server 2016. So I'm on Server 2016, and in the System Hacking folder, I have SpyTech Spy Agent. And I'm going to create a share called Tools in the C drive. So I go to C, and let me just create a folder, call it Tools. And I'm going to right-click Tools. I'm going to go to its properties, and I'm going to go to Sharing. I'm going to go to Advanced Sharing, and I'm going to share this folder, and I'm going to set the permissions so that everyone has full control. Click OK. And I click OK again, and now I go to the Security tab, the NTFS permissions. If I don't see the everyone group here, I'll click Edit. I'll click Add, and I'll type in everyone and press Enter. The everyone group is there now, and I'll give them full control. Click OK. Close. Okay, so we have this thing shared. Now, let's open up the folder, and let's put in the spy agent. So I have opened up my Module 15 system hacking tools, and I'm just copying spy agent over here. All right, so it's there ready. Okay, so now let's open an RDP session from here to Server 2012. So I click Start, and I click I type MSTSC, or you can type Remote Desktop. MSTSC is the name of the executable for Remote Desktop Client. So I want Remote Desktop Connection, and I click it, or I press Enter. And I want to put in the IP address for Server 2012. In my case, it's 192.168.75.12. I click Connect. When I'm prompted, I want to be logged in as example. Whoops, sorry. It says it's going to log in as administrator, as example /administrator. If you need to, you click More Choices, use a different account, and here you say example /administrator. And then the password, we have to put in the Server 2012 password, is capital P at SSW0RD. Press Enter. And it'll say, hey, this thing's using a self-signed certificate. You still want to connect, you just say yes. And now we see the remote desktop of Server 2012. Now what we need to do here, Server Manager came up. I'm just going to get rid of Server Manager. You got to be careful not to click the wrong thing. So I'm going to just get rid of Server Manager. This is the Server 2012 desktop. And I need to connect to the share on Server 2016. So I am going to click down here, and I'm just going to type run. And I see the run line. That's what I want. I'll click run. And in the run line, I want to type / the IP address of Server 2016, 192.168.75.16. Press Enter. If I type the IP address correctly, I should be able to see, in just a moment, the shares that Server 2016 has, including the tools share. Now, you could also just drag and drop. But I found that with some builds of Server 2012, the drag and drop function doesn't work properly because you need a hotfix for VMware tools to work. And so I'm just using a share instead to pass around the files. So now, and this is so funny because I'm actually on Server 2016, making a remote connection to 2012, making a connection back to the share in 2016. So I need to put in the username and password for 2016. And to distinguish the 2012 administrator from the 2016 administrator, I type in /. That means local administrator, and the password for 2016 is capital P A $W0RD. Press Enter. There's tools, double click it, and click and drag SpyTech agent over here. Click OK, and we're just going to put it in case there was another one, an artifact. We got it. All right, so now the thing with this is you have to install it. So we'll double click this, open it, and notice that if it prompts you for a password, the password is SpyTech. Let's double click Setup. So let's start the setup. And we'll click Next, and we're running this on 2012, even though we're viewing it from a 2016 remote desktop session. But it's actually installing on 2012, folks. Click Next, yes. Just you can accept the default of where it will install. Administrator tester mode, yes, next. And next. And would you like to include an uninstaller? Probably yes. Click yes. Let it install. Okay, great. So now, at this point, and it says, notice for antivirus users, turn off your antivirus. Next, close. Okay, and it's trying to sell it to us, but we're just going to use the trial. Let's continue. So now, the agent is coming up, and we need to set up a password for when we connect to the agent. So let's click to continue. The password, according to our little lab document here, it is QWERTY@123. Now you can put in a password you like. I just put in something here. QWERTY@123. We better remember it. QWERTY@123. Confirm QWERTY@123. Because when you connect, it's going to ask you for this password. Click OK. So the password's been set. And let's continue. And we're going to do this as complete plus stealth. So complete plus stealth configuration. Next. Any extras? Display alert on startup. Load on Windows startup. Yeah, let's load on Windows startup. Why not? Want to send any logs to yourself via email? That's fine. Click next. Confirm settings. Yes. Apply. Finish. Okay. Click to continue. Would you like to view the Getting Started Help documentation? Up to you. We're not going to take the time right now. Click no. So now this is the Spy Agent console that you would see after or while people are doing stuff. It logs what they're doing, like keyboard and mouse activity, windows viewed, programs used, screenshots, events, timeline, files and documents, computer usage, mic and webcam, email, website, internet activity, social media, chat, and social media. So this is what we can view. Let's start monitoring. Now we've got to, of course, put in the password. QWERTY@123. QWERTY@123. Okay. And so this is your first time running in stealth mode. Remember, Spy Agent is going to be totally invisible to you and other users. Now, pay close attention, folks. You need to see this. To bring Spy Agent out of stealth mode, either press Control-Shift-Alt-M on your keyboard or run the No Stealth Exe executable included in the Spy Agent installation directory. This message will not appear again. So keep in mind, Control-Shift-Alt-M. Control-Shift-Alt-M. Okay, or we find the installation folder and we run No Stealth. Control-Shift-Alt-M. Keep that in mind. Click OK. Click OK. So now, with that, what we're going to do, and there's thank you and first time usage tips, and we're going to close all that. All right. So we don't need any ordering info. We're just going to get rid of all of this sort of stuff. So what we're going to do now is we are going to just set aside Server 2016. And we're going to go straight to 2012. We're going to log in as one of the users and just do some stuff. We're going to generate some activity. So going to our activity file here, we're going to log in. Now, and here's the Control-Shift-Alt-M here. We're going to log in as Sally with a password of Apple and see what we can do. So Sally should be an admin. I hope so. Let's click Control-Alt-Delete. Other user. Click Other User. This is Sally with a password of Apple. Apple. Nice secure password. She's logging in. And we'll just do some stuff. And then we'll go back and we'll look at what she has done. So she's automatically has Server Manager open. We close that. Sally's doing this and she's doing that. She opens a folder. And the folder is going to open up in just a moment. And oh, this is not good that just popped up. It's really not good. Do not show this tip again. Do not show related. Boy, you want to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so Sally goes into Documents, and she just does this and that, and she opens Internet Explorer, and I think she doesn't have internet access, so I suppose it doesn't matter. And then she opens up a text document, like Notepad. It's a little bit slow here. And she's going to type in Notepad, hello, this is secret. And she's going to save this thing. And she does stuff. She just does stuff. So let's file, let's save. And so secret. Yeah, okay, so anyway, Sally has done stuff. So now we want to see what our users have been doing on this server. So let's go back to 2016. Let's go back to 2016. We've got our, we've still got our RDP session in the background here. Since it's a server, we can get away with this, and we can click to continue. Now, we are supposed to be able to type what? You guys remember? We're we're supposed to be able to type Control, Shift, Alt, M, cap M, right here. Let's try it. So here we are, Control, Shift, Alt, M. Okay, it came up, even in an RDP session. Remember the password? QWERTY, QWERTY, @123. Enter. All right, let's see what's been going on. Monitoring stopped. Click Start Monitoring to resume. That's okay. Any activity? So let's view the keystroke log. And we can see that there were keystrokes here. And look, we can click Notepad and we can see what Sally was doing here. Okay, so let's close this log. Any others? How about Windows viewed? Let's click Windows. So we can see windows that were opened. All right. Other things, programs used, let's click this. Let's view the application log. And we can see that, well, there was Windows Explorer. That makes sense. Anything else? Screenshots? Did we capture any screenshots? Okay, how about the documents? Can we view the screen right here? Sally, view screen. Well, looks like it's not going to show us. All right, let's keep looking. How about files and documents? Let's look at the file, the documents viewed. Secret.txt, yeah. So you can play around with spying on what people have been doing here with this. Now, when you're done, of course, we can uninstall it. And you'll recall, do we want to exit? Yes, let's exit. You'll recall that when we go into Programs, and of course, Server 2012 is a little bit different. If we go into where it installed, let's turn this off. It's a little unintuitive in terms of turning, or basically dismissing things. Go into the C drive, Program Files, and let's see, maybe it's in Program Files x86, and it's hidden, so we would have to find the install directory to uninstall it. That is really interesting, so we don't see SpyTech in here. But one thing we could do, of course, is to go to the control panel. We'll go to the control panel here, and we can go to Programs and Features, and we can find it right here and uninstall it here if we wish to. So why not? Let's uninstall this. Of course, it'd be nice if we could click it and actually uninstall. Others are logged on. That's okay. Continue. Yep. And okay. And of course, it's saying, are you sure? Wait. And now, Internet Explorer saying, you sure you want to go to this website? Whatever. Okay. Do we want to restart? Okay, why not? So that's having fun spying on people with spyware.